May I come in?
Oh, Babuji, come in.
Greetings, Babuji. We were waiting for you.
We are in such a trouble.
What happened? Nehru, what's the problem?
We are so humble to you as we work a lot for the independence.
But we want a leader to lead the country. What do you mean? We need a prime minister.
Babu, you become the Prime Minister.
I'm an old man. I don't know anything about it.
Everyone can give us independence. No one will be there in situations like this.
You are right. Will you be the minister? Or Nehru? Will you be the minister? No answer. I will. What? Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. I will be the Prime Minister and I will take care of this country.
Why not? Let's start the preparations. Come everybody.
As we all know, India has developed very much and we achieved many things. Let's explore it. First of all, let's see all the Prime Ministers of India one by one. Our first Prime Minister was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, then Gulzarilal Nanda, then Lal Bahadur Shastri, then again Gulzarilal Nanda. Then the only woman Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, then Morarji Desai, after him Charan Singh, then again Indira Gandhi. After that Rajiv Gandhi, then VP Singh, after that Chandrasekhar, PV Narasimha Rao, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, HD Deve Gowda, Inder Kumar Gurjral, then again Atal Bihari Vajpayee, after that Manmohan Singh, then at last Narendra Modi, who is still continuing his rule.
"72 years ago on this day, India took baby steps to become one of the largest democracies in the world, overcoming a plethora of challenges to earn global recognition. India has come a long way since independence, leaving behind a string of landmarks that define its journey from the agony of the partition to a strong, powerful and developing nation. In its 72 years of independence, India has several achievements to its credit. It has built a modern economy, remained a democracy, lifted millions out of poverty, has become a space and nuclear power and developed a robust foreign policy.
The first Kashmir War. It was fought between India and Pakistan over the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir from 1947 to 1948. It ended with Maharaja Hari Singh signing an instrument of accession to India. Right to vote. From the very first day after independence, India gave every adult the right to vote. In the US, the right to vote for every individual was given about 150 years after their independence. Railway network nationalization. Railways network was nationalized in 1951 and was initially divided into 3 zones. Indian Railway is now one of the world's largest railway network, comprising 119,630 km of tracks and 7,216 stations. First general elections. India took a democratic leap by conducting its first general elections in 1951, with the Congress registering a thumping victory by winning 364 of the 489 seats. Jawaharlal Nehru became India's first Prime Minister. First Asian Games. India hosted the first ever Asian Games in the year 1951 in New Delhi. Asia's first nuclear reactor. India designed and built Asia's first nuclear reactor, Apsara Nuclear Reactor, on August 4, 1956. First movie nominated for Oscar. Mother India, directed by Mehboob Khan, was the first Indian movie to be nominated for the Best Foreign Language Film Oscar in 1958. Green Revolution. The Green Revolution in India in 1960 saw an increase in food grain production with development of high-yielding varieties of wheat and pulses. 1962 Sino-India War. The trigger for the war between India and China was a border issue with the Chinese side refusing to accept the McMahon Line and line of actual control. The war ended with China declaring a ceasefire in a month. Bank nationalization. 14 banks were nationalized by the government on July 19, 1969. The second wave of nationalization in banking came into effect on April 1980. White Revolution. In 1970, India saw the White Revolution, Operation Flood, the world's biggest dairy development program pioneered by Verghese Kurian. It transformed India from a milk deficient nation into the world's largest milk producer. 1971 Liberation of Bangladesh. East Pakistanis fought for independence from Pakistan and achieved it on March 26, 1971 under the leadership of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
Delhi-Lahore bus service. In its inaugural run on February 19, 1999, the bus carried then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was attending a summit in Lahore. 1999 Kargil War. India launched Operation Vijay after Pakistani forces infiltrated inside Low Sea. The war ended in July with India successfully recapturing Tiger Hill. Rajiv Gandhi assassinated. Then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated by the Liberation Tigers of Tamil while on a campaign trail at Sriperumbudur on May 21, 1991. India hosts World Cup. The 1987 Cricket World Cup was held in India and Pakistan, the first such tournament to be held outside England. Australia lifted the trophy for the first time. 1990 Kuwait Airlift. The 1990 airlift of Indians from Kuwait was carried out from August 13, 1990 to October 20, 1990. After the invasion of Kuwait, Air India helped evacuate nearly 175,000 people. 1991 Globalization of Economy. The Indian economy opened the doors for free trade by foreign investors. Operation Blue Star. It was the code name of military action to remove militant leader Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale and his followers from the Golden Temple complex in Amritsar. First Indian satellite made. Indian design first space satellite in 1975, named it after astronomer Aryabhatta. Morarji Desai becomes first non-Congress Prime Minister. The Janata Party, a group of parties opposed to the emergency, defeated the Congress in 1977 elections and Morarji Desai became the first non-Congress Prime Minister of Mandal Commission formed. The Mandal Commission was set up in 1979 under B.B. Mandal to identify the socially and educationally backward classes of India. Simla Agreement. India and Pakistan signed the pact in 1972 to settle their difference by peaceful means through bilateral negotiations. Chipko movement. The Chipko Andolan was a forest conservation movement in India. It began in 1973 in Reni village of Chamoli district, Uttarakhand.
Mars Orbiter Mission. On November 5, 2013, Indian Space Research Organization successfully launched Mars Orbiter mission to probe Mars. It is the first Asian nation to reach Mars orbit and the first nation in the world to do so in its first attempt. National Food Security Act passed. The National Food Security Act 2013, also Right to Food Act, which aims to provide subsidized food grains to approximately 2/3 of India's 1.2 billion people, was signed into law on September 12, 2013. India wins second Cricket World Cup. On April 2, 2011, India lifted the Cricket World Cup for the second time under the captaincy of Mahendra Singh Dhoni by defeating Sri Lanka in the final. First indigenous nuclear submarine launched. On July 26, 2009, India launched INS Arhant, the country's first indigenous nuclear submarine armed with ballistic missiles with a range of 3,500 kilometers. Commonwealth Games 2010. India hosted the 2010 Commonwealth Games in Delhi, but it made noise for the corruption cases that followed. For the first time in the history of the Games, India won over 100 medals and stood second after Australia. Right to Education Act. Parliament passed the RTE bill in 2009, making education a fundamental right of every child and bridged the gap between different classes of society. It requires all private schools to reserve 25% seats for poor children. First gold medal in Olympics. Abhinav Bindra won the gold medal in the 10-meter air rifle event at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. He became the first Indian to win an individual gold medal at the Olympic Games. Chandrayaan-1. India successfully launched Chandrayaan in October 2008 to explore the moon. One of the greatest achievements of Chandrayaan was the discovery of water molecules in the lunar soil. Reopening Nathu-La. The mountain pass in the Himalayas that connects Sikkim and Tibet is one of the 3 open trading border posts between China and India. It was sealed by India after the 1962 Sino-Indian War. The pass was reopened in 2006. Right to Information Act. The RTI Act was passed by Parliament in 2005, throwing government departments open to scrutiny and helping people to acquire any information they want from government officials. New states created. The states of Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand were formed on the 1st, 9th and 15th of November 2000 respectively. It changed the count of Indian states from 25 to 28. Lahore Declaration. In a bid to quell the tensions, India and Pakistan signed the Lahore Declaration in February 1999 to avoid unauthorized operational use of nuclear weapons.
India has so much to be proud of its scientific and technological developments. Kudos to all those minds behind these breakthrough achievements. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, IRNSS, helped India realize its dream of having an independent satellite navigation capability. It has freed India from its dependence on navigation satellite systems operated by other countries. By all means, a homegrown GPS system like IRNSS could serve as a strategic asset of tremendous significance for the military too. J&K bifurcation and end of special status. On August 6, 2019, the Parliament passed a bill dividing Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories of J&K and Ladakh and also adopted a resolution scrapping special status of the state under Article 370. Chandrayaan-2. In India's quest to land its first spacecraft on the moon, Chandrayaan-2, riding the powerful GSLV Mk3 rocket, was successfully launched at 2:43 p.m. on July 22nd from the Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. Mission Shakti. On March 27, 2019, India successfully conducted the Mission Shakti, an anti-satellite missile test that could destroy satellites in space through missiles on the ground. Demonetization. In 2016, the government announced that demonetization of Rs 500 and Rs 1000 banknotes. Telangana statehood. On June 2, 2014, Telangana was separated from the northwestern part of Andhra Pradesh as the newly formed 29th state with Hyderabad as its permanent capital. Goods Services Tax. GST, Goods and Services Tax, is one of indirect tax for the whole nation and became effective from July 1, 2017. It is the resultant tax after subsuming major central and state taxes. Polio eradication. In March 2014, the World Health Organization certified the Southeast Asian region, which includes India, a polio-free region. India launches own GPS system. India successfully launched NAVIC, Navigation with Indian Constellation, an independent regional navigation satellite system on par with US-based GPS.